is a homosexual.
Absolutely not.
Then can you explain why you called a newspaper editor that late?
I can assure you that it had nothing to do with Lincoln Haver.
I find that hard to believe, Detective. I think you tipped off your friend, Moss, and gave him the story.
You're wrong. I would never jeopardize a case by leaking it to the media.
You're calling Moss, and his gossip columnist printing the story is just a happy coincidence.
So the gossip guy is a fan of Sportsman Larry. He hears the news and he writes a story.
Paper went to press before Larry's broadcast. Now explain why you called Mr. Moss last night.
We've been dating.
Who knows about it?
No one.
So you're creating this fictional booty call to save your own ass.
He's my boyfriend.
And you're his source.
What happened?
Tucker took my gun and shield.
What the hell for?
Ask him.
Suspended.
With pay, pending investigation until further notice.
You a son of a bitch.
Your partner has been sleeping with an editor at the Ledger for months.
Get out of here.
We obviously don't know Detective Benson as well as you think.
I know she'd never torpedo a case.
Forgive me if I questioned your judgment, but you didn't even know she was screwing the paperboy.
Where you going?
You know where I'm going.
Kurt Moss. It must be Elliot. Olivia has a picture of you two in her living room.
Well, she's been suspended. Internal Affairs thinks she leaked the Lincoln Haver story to you.
Who did? Oh, come on. I go to jail to defend my source. I'm not going to ask one of my columnists to give up one of his.
You're just going to hang Olivia out to dry.
You two have worked together for a long time. There must be a reason why she didn't tell you about me.
Hey, pal. Her personal life is her business. I'm here trying to save her job. Now, if you care for her, you'll help me.
What do you want?
Tell IAB Olivia wasn't the source of the leak.
What are you doing here?
I'm trying to convince your boyfriend to give you a hand.
I don't need help from either of you.
I think you do. I could sign an affidavit saying you're not the source.
It's not going to work. It's not enough. They want a warm body.
And he can give him one. Look, I'm sure you know about the skeletons in the NYPD's closet. All you got to do is remind IAB they should stay on your good side.
I'll talk to him.
Nice meeting you.
Why didn't you tell me you were in trouble?
I can handle it.
That's a problem. You're so used to taking care of yourself that you can't let anybody else in.
Kurt, this isn't about us.
If you say so.
If I say so, what's that supposed to mean?
Why is it you won't move in with me? And I'll call him at IAB.
It worked. Suspension's been lifted.
Your man came through.
I'm sorry I didn't tell you about him.
Just glad you have someone. I mean, you could have said something.
I just wasn't ready.
Lincoln Haver is out of his coma. 1PP wants him locked up.
Oh, so yesterday he was the victim of a hate crime and we were getting grilled.
And today the media has moved on. The brass doesn't want a murderer getting special treatment because he's gay or a football player.
We hear you're going to be okay.
Yeah. All those years lying about who I am. Afraid of the future. That if anyone found out I was gay, it would wreck my life.
I outed you. I'm sorry.
It was bound to happen. Do you have any leads on this killer?
Lincoln, we're here to arrest you. You have the right to remain silent. You give up that right, anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law.
I told you. I was at Natasha's the night that Jeremy died.
Till she kicked you out of bed because you couldn't get it up.
So you went to Jeremy's for a little TLC.
Or you had sex with him? It's your DNA on his body.
I remember going to his apartment. And it's all a blur.
You were drunk. You started arguing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, come on. You remember now, don't you?
Oh, come on.
You start fooling around.
Until Jeremy smelled Natasha's perfume.
And I pissed him off.
We fought.
You lost control. Jeremy died.
God. What did I do?
Oh, you tried to cover it up. Make it look like an accident.
I didn't want to hurt him. I loved him.
Docket ending 1266, People versus Lincoln Haver, 1-count murder in the second degree.
Mrs. Balthus, how does your client plead?
Not guilty.
Bail, counselor?
$2 million.
That's outrageous, even for Miss Novak.
The defendant is one of the highest paid players.